Hey everyone, friends and family of the world of Paleoanthropology. I know it's been a little bit since I've checked in on my TikTok, but there is some very exciting news that you can see was published 3 hours ago as of the recording of this video, and that is that ancient DNA has been sequenced for a Neanderthal that was found in the... I cannot pronounce these names correctly yet. Once I start studying Neanderthals more closely and I get to Europe, which is my plan, and we get things rolling, I'll learn how to pronounce these things. But Mont de Mondrin, it's probably very wrong, but 42,000 years ago is when this DNA is from, which is an extremely young age, indicating that this could potentially be from a population of Neanderthals that separated from the main group that we know of, the genome that we know of, around 100,000 years ago. This paper posits from this genetic evidence that was sequenced finally after it was discovered in 2015. And this evidence shows that this population of Neanderthals, which lived in a cave that over a period of 60,000 years went back and forth between modern humans living in it and Neanderthals living in it, and we see different types of stone tools that are strongly associated with the particular culture that was living in the cave at that time, which strongly shows that Neanderthals once again have cultures, and potentially that there were different groups of Neanderthals, tribes, clans, that may even have had rules of breeding with each other, because we see this separation and we don't see the same genetic information between this group of Neanderthals and other groups of Neanderthals. Although, as you can see if you look at Chris Stringer's comments, the Gibraltar skull does share genetic evidence and DNA with this skull from Mont de Mondrin, and that is very interesting because the Gibraltar skull is much older. So is that from a population that these came from, or are they related? We don't know yet. But because of how early or late this Neanderthal lived, he literally could be from one of the last populations of living Neanderthals, from an unknown genetic branch of Neanderthals that we were previously unaware of. And they have tools that have been argued were not made by Neanderthals, and now we know that they are. And I can tell you, as I get into studying Neanderthals and focusing on potential art that they made, there is so much unpublished information, guys. There's so much out there that is just waiting to get the light of day, and Neanderthals need to have their whole story rewritten, as so many of us are trying to do. This is more evidence of extreme cultural advancement in Neanderthals. They were not just brutes that banged each other on the head with rocks, and they could have lived much more recently than we thought, interbreeding with modern humans. Going physically extinct is the term we will now use. I like how Chris Stringer put it, because their DNA does live on in us. We almost all have Neanderthal DNA in us, but they are physically extinct. You're not going to find a Neanderthal walking down the street. Very interesting paper. Thorin from Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, if you're a fan. I'm a massive Tolkien fan, so I love this. Although it's a little, wonder how he'd deal with Homo florenziensis. That'd be kind of funny. I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, the Paleo Post podcast is back. Every Friday there's going to be a new episode. It premiered last week, so episode 2 is going to be this week, where he had a great conversation between George, Genevieve, and I. I hope you all enjoy. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out, and it takes just a second for you to do. Thanks so much.